Welcome to Fort Augustus in the Highlands of Scotland, on the shores of Loch Ness. We start our walk outside the Kiltane of Scotland shop, a beautiful boutique specialising in luxury cashmere, fine lamb's wool knitwear and authentic tartans. It's the perfect spot to pick up a high-quality piece of traditional Scottish style. Connected to it is the Caledonian Canal Centre. Let's take a look inside. Inside, you'll find a variety of facilities, including information about the area, a gift shop promoting relevant and locally sourced goods, and a cafe serving homemade Scottish produce. They also serve grab-and-go coffee or ice cream. You can also pass directly through to Kiltane of Scotland and browse some of their luxury cashmere, fine woolens and Harris tweed. They have a variety of items to consider. Let's continue our journey. A main feature of Fort Augustus is the Caledonian Canal. It's a 60-mile canal that runs from Inverness to Fort William, passing right through the centre of the village along the Great Glen Way. Interestingly, only about a third of the canal is man-made. It features an impressive flight of working locks that connects the canal directly to the southern tip of Loch Ness, allowing visitors to sit canalside and watch boats navigate the gates. Conceived in 1773, the waterway was originally designed to provide a safe passage for ships, allowing them to completely bypass more dangerous coastal shipping routes around the north of Scotland. Beyond improving maritime safety, its construction, which began in 1803, served a vital social purpose by providing much-needed employment for local people following the devastating Highland clearances. It took 12 years of immense engineering effort before the canal finally opened to traffic, and it has now been welcoming vessels through the Great Glen for over 200 years. Its historic charm even caught the attention of royalty in 1873, when Queen Victoria famously travelled down the canal on a paddle steamer. The canal was actually first surveyed by James Watt, the Scottish inventor whose steam engine enabled the Industrial Revolution. He published his survey of the canal in 1774. Alongside the canal, you can find a number of cafes and shops. Up ahead is Cobb's Cafe Bistro, a cafe and shop that serve a variety of paninis, soups and more. They provide both indoor and outdoor seating and a dog-friendly environment. They also serve macaroni cheese, burgers, cakes and tray bakes. Right next door, they have a shop with a variety of souvenirs and other items. Other shops along the canal include a tea room called Ripples, that cute little Highland shop, and Canalside fish and chips takeaway. The historic Thomas Telford swing bridge swings on its pivot, smoothly clearing the canal channel and temporarily stopping road traffic through the heart of Fort Augustus. This impressive piece of Victorian engineering serves as the gateway for sailors, granting them passage into the canal from Loch Ness. Along the stone towpath, two vessels glide into the massive chamber of a working lock. The crew quickly tie up to the side, securing their boats as part of a classic maritime routine that has taken place here for over 200 years. Once the heavy wooden gates groan shut, the water level begins to rise. This lifting process is part of the iconic canal lock staircase, a brilliant engineering system designed to safely step boats through the Great Glen. While these locks were manually cranked by man-powered capstans for nearly 140 years, they now operate on modern hydraulics, drawing crowds of fascinated onlookers who sit canalside to watch the water seamlessly shift. Based in the heart of Fort Augustus, Cruise Loch Ness is one of the premier boat tour companies in the Highlands, welcoming visitors for over 50 years to explore the deep, mysterious waters of Scotland's most famous loch. Operating year-round, their bespoke passenger pontoons are located right on the Caledonian Canal, giving vessels a direct line through the village swing bridge out onto the loch. The company offers a mix of relaxing, multi-deck scenic passenger cruises and high-adrenaline, fast, rigid inflatable boat (RIB) speed tours. To help passengers scan the dark, deep waters for anything unusual, the main tour boats are equipped with state-of-the-art underwater sonar equipment and multiple display screens throughout the cabins. Right out on the water, you can spot the legend of Loch Ness, equipped with state-of-the-art underwater sonar. As it cruises, real-time feeds of the loch bed project straight onto onboard monitors, keeping passengers actively scanning the deep waters for any unexplained movement below. Beyond the path lies the Highland Club. Its function has changed many times over centuries. It began life as a military fort in 1729 by the British government to control the Highlands and suppress Jacobite uprisings. Later, in 1882, the site was transformed into an abbey and served as a boys' boarding school for many years. In 2012, it became a hotel, known today as the Highland Club. We've now reached the shores of Loch Ness, the legendary heart of the Scottish Highlands. Stretching over 22 miles long and plunging to depths of more than 700 feet, this isn't just a lake. It is a vast, mysterious expanse of fresh water that holds more volume than all the lakes in England and Wales combined. This is the Boathouse restaurant, a distinct landmark here in Fort Augustus. It occupies the former boathouse for the historic Fort Augustus Abbey, and you can see how it stands on stilts directly over the water. It is the only restaurant in the area built right on the Lockside, which gives you uninterrupted panoramic views across Loch Ness. It has a relaxed, family-friendly atmosphere, though it is quite popular, so it is worth noting that it can get very busy during the peak summer months. The kitchen here offers a mix of styles. While you will find familiar British comfort foods like fish and chips or hearty soups, the menu also features Mediterranean and Turkish specialties that offer a bit of a departure from the typical local fare. Whether you are stopping by for tea and a sandwich or settling in for a full dinner, you have the option of dining indoors or taking a seat on the terrace to enjoy the fresh Highland air. The legend of the Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie, is a blend of ancient folklore, 20th century media sensation, and enduring mystery. While the modern phenomenon is a relatively recent development, the stories surrounding a beast in the waters of the Scottish Highlands reach back over a millennium. The earliest written account of a creature in the area appears in the 7th century Life of St. Columba by Adamnan. It describes an event in 565 AD, where the Irish monk St. Columba encountered a water beast in the river Ness that had been mauling a swimmer. According to the Hagiography, Columba commanded the beast to go back, and it fled. Many scholars view this as a classic example of medieval hagiography, using a miracle story to demonstrate a saint's power over the natural and supernatural worlds. Long before this, Pictish stone carvings in the region depicted a mysterious, unidentified animal with flippers, often interpreted by modern observers as early evidence of a fascination with aquatic creatures in the Highlands. While reports of strange sights in the loch occurred sporadically over the centuries, the modern legend was truly born in 1933. The catalyst was the completion of a new road along the North Shore, which provided an unobstructed view of the water for the first time. In April 1933, Oldie Mackay, the manageress of the local hotel, reported seeing an enormous whale-like creature rolling in the water. The Inverness Courier reported the story, and the editor famously used the term monster. This triggered a nationwide frenzy. In 1934, the Daily Mail published an iconic image allegedly taken by a London surgeon, Dr. Robert Wilson, showing a slender neck and head emerging from the water. It became the definitive visual of Nessie for decades. It was eventually revealed as a hoax in 1994, involving a toy submarine and a plastic and wood head. Despite the lack of physical evidence, Nessie remains a cornerstone of Scottish tourism and culture. Whether viewed as a holdover from ancient folklore, a misidentified animal, or a modern cultural myth, The Loch Ness monster represents a rare, enduring mystery in an age where most of the world has been mapped and categorized.